Hi, my name's Greg Shute. Welcome to this guitar tutorial. I've got a quick lick for you today which is designed to highlight 3 essential guitar techniques to help add variety and interest into your solos. And those techniques are string skipping, the rolling technique and double stops. All 3 of these techniques I feel are underutilised when compared with the more popular hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides and string bending. And they can really inject a new lease of life and some new sounds into your soloing. So I hope you get something from it. If you enjoy the lesson, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more regular guitar related content. And without further ado, let's have a look at this lick. So the first thing really to say about this is that we're playing in the key of C, C blues. So we're using the C blues scale throughout. Here's the lick slowly to start with. So the first technique that we're going to have a look at is the string skipping technique. This follows a small slide from the 8th to the 10th fret at the very beginning. Then we jump to the 8th fret on the 3rd string, the G string. So the first part. We then go to the 10th fret on the D string, skip the G string and play the 8th fret on the B string. So all together. At this point I should just mention a little bit about the right hand and what that's doing. I'm actually using hybrid picking for the string skipping part. That's where I do a downstroke with the plectrum on the A string and then an upstroke with the 2nd finger on my right hand for the G string. And then the same again for the D and the B string. Now you don't have to do that, you could use alternate picking, that works just as well. I like to use the hybrid picking, I find it slightly more efficient and it gives me a little bit more economy of movement. Also a slightly more punchy sound. You can hear the slightly difference in the tone there, but really it's up to you, whatever you decide to use and whichever feels most comfortable for you will be fine. Then we're coming back to the D string and doing a pull off from the 10th fret to the 8th fret on the D string. And so. Then we come to the 10th fret on the G string and we do a small trill, slide up, slide down, and then a pull off. So that's sliding from 10 to 11, back down to 10 again, and pulling off to fret 8 there, all on the G string. So all together so far. You can hear how that string skipping technique really adds another dimension to it and gets us away from just playing consecutive strings all the time. So once we've done the trill, we play 10 and 8 again on that string. So the next technique that we're focusing on is the rolling technique. And this is where we roll between 2 consecutive strings on the same fret. In this case, the 10th fret of the D string to the 10th fret of the A string. So this technique is quite subtle. We want to keep the movement down to a minimum. So if you look from the side, I can change the angle slightly there. So I'm keeping the finger fairly still, making sure that the tip of the 3rd finger is actually touching the A string, and then a small flick of the wrist. And I'm onto the A string there. So D string, 10th fret, tip of that finger touching the A string, roll across to the A string, and then I've got those 2 notes nice and quickly, one after another. So all together so far. And then this brings us to our 3rd technique that we're focusing on today, which is the double stop. Used really commonly in blues and rock music, gives you that kind of Hendrixy, Stevie Ray Vaughan sort of sound. So the double stop we're looking at is the B and the G strings on the 8th fret, and we're just going to play those 2 notes together with the index finger as a small bar. We want both notes to ring together. And I'm just going to give it a little pull, a little bend towards the floor, towards the end of it, just to give it that bluesy sort of flavour. So all together so far. After that, we've got another roll, so we do the same roll that we did before, from 10th fret of the D to the 10th fret of the A string. So after that double stop. After we've done that second roll, we're going to go to the 8th fret of the D string, hammer on to the 10th fret of the D string, and then pull off back to the 8th fret on that D string. So with the roll. And then finally to the 10th fret on the A string, slide down to the 8th fret on the A string, pull off to the 6th fret on the A string, and then to the 8th fret, which is the root note C on the E string, and then back to the 6th fret on the A string. So that last part again. All together. And a little bit faster. So just one more thing to mention, this is a 4-bar lick and it starts on beat 1 of the bar. So I'll count it in so you can just hear exactly where it's played. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the lick. I hope you found that helpful. Remember to start slowly, focusing on accuracy first, and then build your speed as you get more and more confident. And then try and implement some of those ideas into your own solos, maybe using a backing track or just focusing on some of those ideas a little bit more in depth. Hopefully it will give you something new to focus on in your practice. If you enjoyed that, again, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel for more guitar related content. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.